Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Healing Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Shonda Domingo Brown, ancestral medium and movement healer. And in this podcast, I'm bringing you everything healing while navigating your day to day life, motherhood, entrepreneurship, community, friendship, all the things. So, on today's episode, I really want to share with you all some tips, some practices as we go into the holiday season, as some of us have to navigate being around family members, being around friends. Sometimes we have the anxiety and the worries of what questions we might be faced to answer, what things we might have to deal with, people we might have to deal with, what things that may resurface for us, especially if you're somebody who is already on their healing journey and you're like, man, I just did all this work. I don't feel like going back around my triggers. I don't feel like having to go like sit in my triggers or the people who trigger me. And so what I want to share with y'all and some rituals and some tools for protecting your peace, protecting your energy, and navigating those things. A, so you don't walk into that space all on your like, I'm healing, everyone is beneath me, high horse. But also B, so that you can be grounded, so that you can move into compassion, so that you can feel empowered to have boundaries, but that you can also and so you also don't miss the lessons. Thank you, Spirit. So you also don't miss the lessons. Yes, the lessons that you might need to learn and see and take with you outside of the holiday season. I'm also going to include a link below to a meditation for protecting your peace and just a protection meditation for your energy in the show notes. All right. So let's hop into it. Oops, oops, oops. So, starting with that meditation, that's one of the first things that you can do when it comes to a practice or a ritual. Meditating and being intentional about what kind of meditation, right? So, not just meditating to meditate, but really doing protection meditations, grounding meditations. Okay, I'll include some in the show notes, but these meditations are going to help you stay within yourself. They're going to help you stay in your body and help your body stay grounded so that you are not going into flight or fight. You're not going into people pleasing. You're not going into survival mode out of a natural response, especially when we're still on our healing. When we're on our healing journey, even though like we might know what our triggers are, we might even know who our triggers might be caused by, all the things, right? Yeah. The reality is, as we're healing and as we are changing our mindsets and as we are working towards new behavioral patterns, we are always sitting in the fine line of the choice. Okay? We are always sitting in the fine line of the choice. And that choice is, do you go back to your default programming, which might be people pleasing, it might be lashing out, it might be suppressing, it might be, what are you trying to show me, Spirit? It might just be like talking back and lashing out at everybody, right? Or are you going to choose the new mindset that you've been working your butt off of? Are you going to choose the new boundary that you have been putting on your vision board and writing in your journal? This is the time for you to implement all the things you said you was going to do, all the ways you said you was going to move, all the new boundaries you was going to put in place. It's easy to do when people are out of sight, out of mind. The real work happens when they sitting right there in your face, and it's time to choose your higher self. It's time to choose your higher ways of thinking. It's time to choose your higher levels of action. And it is in that choice, it is in choosing those higher actions, it is in choosing those higher behaviors, those higher boundaries. That is when your healing kicks in. Not just when it's all in your head and you feeling all good about life, but when you are sitting in the situation, when you are sitting in front of the person and you make the conscious choice to honor your higher self, to honor your highest good, to honor your highest vibration, to honor your highest timeline, with however you want to call it, to just honor you and all the work that you've done. When you make that choice to finally go left instead of your default right, that is when you let your healing show up for you, right? So those meditations are going to get you grounded within yourself. so that you can and even feel when you're sitting at that kitchen table when you're about to walk to this person's home. And sometimes maybe your choice is not going at all. That might also have to be your boundary, and that's anxiety that come with that too, right? But getting in those meditations, especially in the morning, midday, and at night, like you gotta be vigilant about your peace, right? It allows for you to see where in your body is still holding on to those limiting beliefs, to that negative energy, and where in your body you need to breathe through, you need to move through, what parts of your body still need healing, right? So we're going to start with that meditation. That's your first go-to, your first line of defense, if you will, right? Your first tool. Now, your next one, just like we talked about it, is going to be your movement. Once you meditate and you get a sense for where that is in your body, now it's time to move it out. So let's say if you have to, you're flying or you're visiting family and friends, right? Go take a walk around the block. Look where it is in your body, right? You can even listen to your meditation while you're walking, right? Say your affirmations, speak life over the situation, over how you want the interactions to go. Speak life into it. Don't let that fear and that doubt and that anxiety take over. Speak life into it. This is going to be an easy dinner. I am protected. I am loved. This dinner is going to be fine. Speak how you want it to go, right? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So then you move your body. So maybe that's walking. Maybe you find, again, if you're out of town, I keep feeling like a lot of people might be out of town or traveling. Maybe you go find a new yoga studio. Go pay your, go pay the little visiting fee and go take you a class in the morning, before everybody wake up. Or go get you a midday yoga session and go to the park and do a new walking trail in that area, right? Allow for it to invigorate some newness in your life so that you don't get settled in the old ways of how you used to show up, right? Okay, so move your body, whether it's walking, whether it's running, whether it's yoga, all right, whether it's doing some light weightlifting. I would encourage you to do light weightlifting, things that don't require you to put a lot of pressure on yourself. This isn't the time for that, right? You don't want to put your body under the stress because it's going to respond mentally through that. You want something that's going to give you a light burn, maybe some Pilates, maybe some Barre, maybe some cardio if you want to do like the seated bike, if you want to do the elliptical machine, something that's going to get your heart rate up, get your body moving, breathing through all of that anxiety, breathing through all that fear, breathing through all that negative self-talk, but it's not going to crush you. Like you're not going to feel like you just got, beat up from the workout. Something that's going to make you feel accomplished, but still light. That's what you want to go towards for your movement. And y'all already know me. When in doubt, dance it out. Move that sofa or stay in your room, put on your favorite song that just takes you away, that just brings you peace. And baby, you move your body organically and you get your whole life, right? So we got our meditation, we got our movement, right? These are our I don't know why I keep hearing like these are your lines of defense, okay? This is your line of defense. So we got our meditation, we got our movement. Now, if you want to go deeper with this thing, okay, we're going to look at our crystals. So crystals, you have your crystals that you can carry with you. Crystals for protection, black tourmaline, black obsidian. These are crystals that are going to shield you from negative energy, that are going to absorb any negative energy. And when I say negative energy, I mean people side eyeing you, people coming, with their own heaviness that don't have nothing to do with you, people projecting on you. These crystals are going to protect you from all of that. All right. You can keep them in your pocket. Me and my friends we used to keep them in our bra. Okay. Real life. Now, if you want to get real cute, you could go somewhere like a TJ Maxx. You could go somewhere to like a Etsy. I'll put some links from Amazon on where you can buy some of those crystals from, or you can go on my website too. I have links in my store to some of the crystals, and I have also of one of my really favorite jewelry lines too that has crystal jewelry. But it looks dainty. Like you don't look like you're doing the most. You don't look like you're walking around with a rock sitting on your chest. Now, if that's your jam, get your life. But I like kind of like dainty, slightly incognito, crystal jewelry. You can get you a necklace. You can get you a ring. You can get you a bracelet. You can get you some earrings that have these crystals in them. Okay. So for protecting you and shielding you against negative energy, our go-to, right? Black obsidian, black tourmaline, amethyst is another really, really great crystal. I like this 2-for-1 special with amethyst because it protects you from negative energy, but it also keeps you calm. So it also will help you keep those fears and those doubts, right? It'll help subside the anxiety in your body that comes with that. Crystals, yes, they are rocks, but they are made of their own DNA, their own healing power, because they are formed with energy from the earth. Just like we're made up of cells, so are crystals. Just like we have our own DNA that makes us unique and different in our own way, so do crystals. And so when we wear those crystals, we're allowing and we're asking for their cellular energy, for their uniqueness, for their power to align with ours to help heal us on a cellular, right? On a cellular and an energetic level. Okay. So we got our black obsidian, we got our black tourmaline, we got our amethyst. We're protecting ourselves, we're keeping ourselves calm. Now, for my people pleasers, all right, black obsidian is also really good for courage, all right, but your tiger's eye, hey, y'all, hey, okay, that tiger's eye gonna put you where you need to be. The tiger's eye is exactly how it sounds, like a tiger. It's gonna give you some courage, but it's also really good for grounding you and keeping you protected from negative energy. All right. So, Tiger's Eye is going to help you stand in your power. It's going to help you have that strength and that courage and that fearlessness of a tiger while still keeping you grounded in your body so you don't be out here doing the most. Okay. And also still keep you protected from those energies that you just don't want to interact with. Now, just an all around good grounding crystal. If you just like, I just need to get grounded. I don't want to feel flighty and all over the place. Red jasper is a great crystal to have with you. Okay. So, red jasper is going to keep you grounded. It's going to keep you in your body. It's going to make you feel like you're staying connected to the earth. You're going to feel grounded and solid in who you are and in your body. That's what that energy is going to give you. All right. And all these crystals, especially the black tourmaline, the black obsidian, the tiger's eye, and the red jasper, they're great for root chakra healing. And that's what a lot of us, that's a big wounds that are being triggered when we're around family. All right. Is that root chakra. The root chakra is the bottom half of our bodies. It's from that lower base of our spine all the way down to our feet. That root chakra holds and stores energies and emotions and experiences that are connected to family, to faith, to hope, to trust, to stability. And a lot of our wounds are connected to things we have experienced or not have experienced with our family. So our root chakras get a little bit all over the place. So these crystals are really good for not just helping us heal those wounds on a cellular level, but keeping us protected from the energies that cause those wounds, and then also keeping us grounded. So it works really, really well with the root chakra. Okay. Now, one of my things that I always tell my clients is when in doubt, clear quartz it out. Right. So if you're like, Shonda, girl, I ain't got time to be getting all these crystals, but I got this clear thing, what I do, a lot of people have clear quartz. And sometimes clear quartz crystals are just easier to find. Again, you can go on Etsy and find them. You can go on Amazon. I have them on my website as well if you want to order some crystals. So the clear quartz crystal is like your master healer. Okay. It's going to keep you protected. And what I love about it, it amplifies the energy of all the other crystals. So if you know you need extra courage, if you know you're usually the person that just lets people talk to you any kind of way, you might want to wear that clear quartz with that tiger's eye and really amplify that. All right. So you can stand 10 toes down in who you are and not start to shift back to your old self because it feels easier to navigate for everybody else. Let them be uncomfortable with you standing in your power. Let them be uncomfortable with you speaking up for yourself. They're going to be all right and they need to adjust accordingly. That's how this works. Okay. That's what Spirit just said. All right. So we got our crystals, y'all. We got our meditation. We got our movement. We got our crystals. Now, last but not least, one of my favorite things, all right, are our herbs. Okay. So the way I love working with herbs when we're on our healing journey, this is the last line of defense we're going to talk about today, is through a tea, through a tincture, through a healing bath, right? Or even through some type of maybe body oil or hair oil. Now, I love doing teas, baths, and tinctures, but if like the holidays are down the street, right? So a tea in the bath is going to be our quickest thing, okay? And if you're someone who's like, girl, I don't, I sometimes I have clients that's like, girl, I don't have a tub, things like that. When in doubt, drink your tea, meditate on your tea, ground with your tea. You got this. So herbs, mullein, okay? So mullein is a good herb to start with, because mullein is also a herb that helps us get through grieving. When we are healing and we putting up boundaries and we standing up for ourselves and we facing people, there's a grief that comes with that. We're grieving who we used to be. We're grieving people maybe not even wanting to rock with us because of who we're becoming and because of how back and forth that can happen too when we're on our journey. We're figuring it out, right? And people come and go as we figure it out. Some people for good, some people for not. But there's some grieving that happens in between all of that. And you're facing people that you realize, I can't rock with this person the way that I used to. I can't trust this person the way that I used to. Me and this person no longer have anything to talk about. What is happening, right? You got to allow yourself to grieve all of that. So mullein will get you through that, through this holiday season. All right. So mullein tea is really good. Mullein has a nice sweet taste to it. Of course, when in doubt, add some honey. Your world. I'm just in it. And mullein is also really good for the heart, for the lungs, for the respiratory system. So physically, it's helping us stay strong, especially if you're traveling to a different place that has different weather, things like that. But on a spiritual and on an energetic level, it's going to help us work through our grief and stand in our power as we work through that. All right. Spirit is also telling me basil. Basil has a little bit more of a mint style to it. But what's dope about basil will help keep you protected from negative energy. And also, basil still has a nice sweet aroma to it. So it won't clear you out and then leave you feeling empty and drained. It leaves a nice subtle sweetness, right? It's going to clear out that negative energy. It's going to leave you nice and protected. It's going to leave something sweet. So you still right. You still feel loved. You still feel like you got a little oomph, all right, sitting in your body. So basil is another really, really good one. Chamomile, Spirit is also saying chamomile and lavender, separate or together, again, as a bath or as a tea. It's all about your intention and being still and being present, even when you sip in your cup of tea, okay? That chamomile and that lavender, they're going to help you stay connected to your intuition. They're going to calm your nervous system, all right? They're going to help you relax into your body, okay? So sometimes you might even need to start your morning off with that chamomile just to keep your anxiety, right? Gently calm, just to let your nervous system, it's like waking your nervous system up with a nice hug. When you trying to like, when I'm waking the boys up in the morning, I'm like, hey babe, all right. Hey boys, come on, sweetie pie. It's time to wake up. So you're giving it that like gentle, right? That gentle hug and nudge in the morning. Okay. Now you also can't go wrong if you are someone who like maybe you doing all the cooking. Thank you, Spirit. Maybe you doing all the cooking and all the teams. All right, and you still need help with keeping your focus and your attention clear and still staying grounded, then you might want to look at some teas that are more on along the lines of, right? Show me that again, Spirit. Thank you. Some ashwagandha. All right. Things that are gonna get you up. It's gonna get you moving and grooving. You can throw some cinnamon in there. Maybe you do some chai with some cloves and some ginger. All right. Things that are going to wake you up and get you focused, right? So those are some other herbs that you can work with through a tea and with a bath. Those herbs will keep you grounded. They'll keep you in a positive headspace because they are all good herbs for positivity, keeping you connected to your intuition, protecting you and keeping you grounded. All right. So we got our thank you, Spirit. We got our mullein, we got our basil. All right. We have our chamomile and our lavender. And then on our other end, for our people who need some energy, who need to get going, you got your ginger, okay? You got your ashwagandha, all right? You got your cinnamon, all right? You can throw just a little bit of clove in there as well if you need to, okay? All right, y'all. Lines of defense. Let's review. Yes, meditation, boom, movement, Merry Christmas, right? And then right underneath that, we're going to go into our crystals and our herbs. Now, you can also use your crystals to meditate too. So if you want to go for a walk and you bring that crystal with you and you ask it for what you need, right? You ask it to keep you grounded, you ask it to keep you protected. You can bring that into your movement sessions with you. Bring that into your meditation with you. Put it on your mat as you do your yoga. Keep it in your hand as you meditate or when you go on your walks, okay? Everything works together. So you don't have to like boom 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 keep them separate. You can encompass them all in one sitting if you want. Bring your tea into your meditation. Drink your tea, put your crystal in your hand and meditate, right? So you got options and honor what feels good for you and to you. What works for you is going to be different based off of how you feel. On Monday, you might want to go for a walk, and on Tuesday, you might not want to move, but you down for meditating. Honor what your body needs and honor what your spirit needs on any given day. Okay? So you got this. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to the meditation. All right. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Spirit's also reminding me to share with everyone journal. Don't forget to journal. Journaling will help you write out everything that's happening in the moment, right? Maybe you set a timer and you write for 10 minutes in the morning and then you write for 10 minutes at night before you go to bed. This is going to help you not suppress so much. This is going to help you not want to go call your friend and go stand on the patio and talk for 3 hours and then just vent and dump all your stuff on somebody else. Okay? This is going to help you really be able to look at what's going on, for you to be able to really look at any of your patterns that's coming up. Where do you need to hold yourself more accountable for how you got to show up in front of these people? Okay. So the journaling is going to help you really stay focused, be able to see what's going on within you and around you. So that when you wake up the next morning, you can move accordingly and you can know what you need without having to go call everybody, make a subliminal post, and do all that other nonsense. Right? It's going to help you really start to trust yourself, start to work more within yourself, and really come out of the holidays, come out of these interactions, come out of this shift feeling stronger and feeling more connected with yourself. All right. So happy holidays, y'all. I'm going to have a few more episodes and some meditations and some videos coming out just to give you more support as we go through this time. I know people get really anxious. They start thinking that they got to face people and, they don't know what to expect. And it doesn't have to be that way for us. This is meant to teach us. This is meant for us to learn. This isn't meant to scare us and to get us even more detached around the idea of family, community, relationships, and connection. All right. So make sure you follow, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe so you can get all the notifications for all the things that I'm going to be sharing. I'll also be sharing some bath rituals, some candle rituals that I'm really excited about with everyone that you can do also around protecting your home and protecting your family when you do have guests and you do have visitors. All right. So hang in there. Y'all got this. We got this. Keep going. Keep healing. Keep growing. If you are someone who is looking for private coaching, reach out to me through the website or through my email. When I'm working with clients, what we do is we connect to your ancestors. All right. We get any messages around what's going on when it comes to your wellness and your lifestyle. All right. And then from there, we talk about what your workouts need to look like. We talk about what crystals you need to start healing with, what herbs you need to start working with and healing with. And then we write out and we come up with an entire plan for you to really have a nice spiritual wellness plan for yourself. And then we check in, we catch up, I hold you accountable. All right. And we get you to where you need to be on your healing journey so that you feel empowered to keep it going for yourself. All right. So if there's something that you're interested in, go ahead and shoot me an email, send me a DM, and I look forward to working with y'all. All right. Stay tuned, stay connected, keep going, keep growing, and keep healing. Love y'all.